let me just recount again what Susie and I saw on Saturday night here in Los Angeles, California. One of Susie's favorite bands, okay? You know, I don't think anybody tops in her world Bruce, okay? Springsteen's number one, and then everyone else is down the list. There's Coldplay, who I've seen Bruce with her, and I've seen Coldplay with her. She's never seen the Killers, and she loves the Killers, and she's gotten me into the band The Killers. And so I took her on Saturday night to Bank of California Stadium, the new soccer stadium. You've been there, right, Chris?
I've been there a few times. It is awesome.
It is awesome.
It is awesome.
And it's a hell of a venue, and I've never seen a concert there. But anyway, so we go see the Killers, and Brandon Flowers just has the entire place in the palm of his hand. But he also has the presence of mind to look out in the crowd and see who's in the crowd. And there was an individual who held up a sign. And I don't want to, you know, I think I remember exactly what it said, but we're going to find out exactly what it said in a moment. But it was an individual saying that he's suffering from cancer and he can come up and he can play a song with the band. And he comes up and crushes it. They took him out of the crowd and he crushed it. And I took a video of it because it was truly one of the most remarkable things I've ever seen. And I know bands take people out of the crowd sometimes and do, you know, put them on the stage, but I've never seen this moment that I saw, because he not only crushed it, but he also was living his best life, fighting cancer and ready to play drums on Reasons, is what I think the sign said. And Reasons is shorthand for the song For Reasons Unknown, which wasn't, I don't believe, on the set list. And so I put that out there. Rex Chapman, God bless him. This is right up his alley of cleansing your timeline. He retweeted it, and it's gotten a lot of views. And is this, in fact, what's happening, Christopher?
His name is Joel. He's from Fresno, California. He's online too, Rich.
Joel, who was such a delight to see living his best life at the Killers concert, killing it like he was Ronnie Vanucci Jr., the actual drummer of the Killers, here on the Rich Eisen Show. Is this you, Joel?
Yeah, that's me.
How you? Congratulations! What a moment. Are you on cloud nine still, brother, or what?
Rich, I'm on another planet still, man. And I'm sitting in an infusion chair right now at the cancer center, and just. I mean, I can't imagine a happier life.
So, okay, you're a third grade teacher, correct, Joel? Is that what you do for a living? And
I do, yeah.
Okay, so what was your plan that night? Did you really think you were hopefully going to get up there that night on that stage?
Yeah, well, I mean, I acted as though I would, because, I mean, you're always visualizing the end game. And so I made the sign. All my friends were there, you know, shining their cell phones on it, and we made a whole lot of new friends there in the pit who were eager to help because they all got in on the plan. I had some more signs with arrows on them, and my friends held those up too, pointing at me.
Okay. And your sign read exactly what? What did it say again, Joel?
Yeah, it said fighting cancer and ready to play drums on Reasons.
I thought I saw that.
So,
and
I wanted Brandon to know, like, I meant business. So I figured that was
well, then you showed everybody in that stadium you meant business. So do you play drums in a band? What's your background on that?
So it's been like 20 years since I've played with other people.
What?
I met my wife when I was touring with my band. And, it's so funny because we used to walk around and people tell us, like, oh, my gosh, you're with the band. I want a picture with you. And me being the drummer, I was always the guy that gave the camera to because no one ever recognized me.
Mm-hmm.
But then my wife's a drummer, and she knew who to look for. And she didn't give a crap that I was in the band, which was so alluring.
Means you found the perfect partner. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Absolutely. She's my greasy wheel with this cancer fight, and always getting the grease.
Right. So the look on your face, I think you mouthed the words, I can't believe this, right? When you got up on the stage, when they took you up on the stage and put you on the drum set.
I looked right at her and said, "Oh my gosh."
That's right. That's what it was, right?
And I was actually talking about just the drums themselves, because like my first impression was like, man, these are nice.
Yeah, I bet. Yes, they were, I bet. And then you got in a zone, Joel. You were awesome. You were incredible. And I know so many people who were at that concert, and that's what we took out of it. Lindsey Buckingham showed up, to take part in the encore singing "Go Your Own Way," and that was incredible. But that still was second to the best thing I saw that night, and that was you. And we're looking at the selfie and looking at you. Unbelievable. What did you say to those guys when it was all over? What did you say?
So when it was all over, they came and gave me a hug, and I just, through in between breaths, I was like, you guys just added years to my life. Mm. So grateful. Mm.
What would you care to share with us? Sorry, what would you care to share with us about your fight right now, Joel?
So I'm 6 years into the fight. I have a rare cancer. It's a sarcoma, which makes up less than 1% of adult cancers, and I have one of 50-some variations of that. Mm. There's no known cure or treatment. In fact, I'm right now receiving an infusion for a kidney cancer medication. And, it's just clinical trial after trial. This cancer is so rare. I was actually misdiagnosed back in 2010. They thought I had a sports injury from doing triathlons. And I was like, no, I never got hurt. And they're like, well, come back in 5 years and we'll check it out again. And 5 years later, I got a stage 4 cancer diagnosis. They'd gone from my leg to my lungs. And so if it had been caught soon enough, I could have maybe had surgery and been cancer-free. And, I carry that. And that's a tough thing to live with, because I really love the person I get to be now. Saturday night wouldn't have happened if that hadn't happened to me. And it's just like, when you're faced with a ticking clock that's that loud, the whole world gets a lot more colorful, and opportunities to take chances and, dream big are, it's not really optional. It's just like you got to just get out there and take it.
Well, Joel Stetler, you took it, and I will never forget it, nor will my wife, nor will anybody in that place. And I know just seeing you take advantage of that moment or live your best moment there, you were terrific. It was great. And just seeing how the band reacted and how the crowd reacted, it was just awesome.
It was a beautiful moment, and everyone in the pit was giving me high fives after. I was like, okay, we're all family now. We're pit family. Sorry for blocking your view for the first half of the show.
With all my arrows?
That's awesome.
With all my arrows.
You said yesterday or the day before when you were talking about the concert, you quoted, I think it was Wayne Gretzky. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I was talking with my wife about that, and I think my biggest takeaway from what you were saying was, and I'm going to tell this to everyone I know now, you got to live your life, you got to take chances, so that when people talk about what you did, they've got to quote Wayne Gretzky when they do it.
Like I said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, but you also can make 100% of the moment that you have in front of you when you get the opportunity. And it's so difficult to do that. It's so difficult to just say, go for it. And it's so difficult to live in the moment and crush it. And that's what I took away from it. That's what my wife Susie took away from it. I think that's what everybody took away from it. Truly, I've met people who were at the concert through, or didn't know that my friends were there. That's all they were talking about were you, Joel. And it's true. They were talking about you and your moment, and I will never forget it. And let's now we're in contact here. Let's stay in touch. Okay, Joel? Let's do that.
I'm for it.
Okay, I'm going to follow you on Twitter, and then let's exchange information and whatever I can do to help. I know you've got a foundation, right? Running Buddies Project. I've got about a minute and a half before my radio stations jump, but what can you tell me?
Running Buddies was a project that we definitely kind of went for there, but I'm mostly excited to be supporting the Brave Like Gabe organization. And a couple others that I'll tell you about later.
Okay. Well, everyone can follow you at hey_Mr_Stetler. And your third grade students must have a great time in your class and have their future made brighter and their minds expanded and their hearts bigger. And my world is better for having seen your performance, which it was. And I appreciate you reaching out, man. And I'm so glad that we are going to be in contact now. Joel.
Oh, man, me too. Thank you so much, Rich.
You bet. Be well.
Fine, Joel.
Yeah, and thanks for calling in and sharing your story.
Keep it up, Joel.
Beautiful. That's my new friend Joel.
That was awesome.